Imagine a world before the Roman Empire, a time when another great power challenged Rome's destiny. This power was Carthage, a mighty city-state in North Africa. For decades, these two civilizations clashed in epic wars known as the Punic Wars. These titanic struggles decided the fate of the Mediterranean world. Rome, known for its disciplined legions, faced Carthage, a wealthy trading empire with a powerful navy. Their rivalry was a clash of titans, a spectacle of military might and human drama. The echoes of these conflicts still resonate today, reminding us of the enduring power of ambition and resilience. Rome and Carthage were like two wolves circling each other, wary but hungry for more power. Both had grown strong, Rome on the Italian peninsula, Carthage in North Africa, but their paths were destined to cross. The island of Sicily, strategically placed in the Mediterranean, became the flashpoint. Rome, with its growing legions, sought to expand its territory and influence. Carthage, with its powerful navy and control over vital trade routes, saw Sicily as essential to its economic dominance. The First Punic War, sparked by a dispute over the Sicilian city of Messana, ignited the long and bloody conflict between these two powers. This wasn't just about land or resources, it was a clash of ideologies, of different ways of life. Rome, with its citizen soldiers and republican ideals, represented a land power on the rise. Carthage, with its mercenary armies and merchant culture, represented a maritime power at the height of its influence. The stakes couldn't have been higher. The First Punic War from 264 to 241 BC was a brutal contest, lasting over 2 decades. Rome, initially a land power, had to learn to fight at sea. Carthage, with its experienced navy, dominated the early years of the conflict. The Romans, however, were quick learners. They developed a new weapon, the corvus, a boarding bridge that allowed their legionaries to transform sea battles into land battles. With this innovation, the Romans began to turn the tide. Victory at sea, however, came at a heavy price. Both sides suffered tremendous losses in a series of bloody naval engagements. The Roman spirit, however, proved unbreakable. Despite setbacks and defeats, they persevered, ultimately crushing the Carthaginian fleet and securing victory in the First Punic War. This victory, however, came at a heavy price. Rome was exhausted, its treasury depleted, and its people weary from years of war. Little did they know that the conflict was far from over. The peace after the First Punic War was uneasy, a time for both sides to lick their wounds and rebuild. But resentment festered, especially in Carthage. A young general named Hannibal Barca, driven by a thirst for vengeance, swore an oath of eternal enmity towards Rome. His name would become synonymous with military genius and daring. In 218 BC, Hannibal launched the Second Punic War with a daring move that shocked the Roman world. He led his army, including war elephants, on an epic march across the Alps, a feat considered impossible by many. This audacious maneuver caught the Romans completely off guard. Hannibal's army, hardened by the crossing and eager for battle, descended upon Italy, ready to unleash havoc upon the Roman heartland. The stage was set for one of the most dramatic and consequential conflicts in ancient history. Hannibal's invasion sent shockwaves through the Roman Republic. Section 5, Cannae, a masterpiece of military tactics. Hannibal, a master strategist, outmaneuvered and outfought the Romans in a series of battles. His victory at Cannae in 216 BC stands as one of the greatest military achievements of all time. Outnumbered by the Roman legions, Hannibal used brilliant tactics to encircle and annihilate the Roman army. The Battle of Cannae sent shockwaves throughout the Roman world. It wasn't just a defeat, it was a catastrophe. The flower of Roman manhood lay dead on the battlefield. For a brief moment, it seemed that Rome, the rising power, might be brought to its knees. Hannibal, however, couldn't deliver the final blow. He lacked the resources and manpower to lay siege to Rome itself. The Romans, displaying their legendary resilience, regrouped and devised a new strategy. They would avoid open battles with Hannibal, instead focusing on wearing down his forces and retaking lost territories. The tide of the war was about to turn. Section 6, Scipio Africanus, Rome's answer to Hannibal. As Hannibal's star seemed to dim, a new Roman leader emerged, Scipio Africanus. A brilliant general and strategist, Scipio understood that to defeat Hannibal he had to take the war to Carthage itself. In a daring move, he landed his army in North Africa, threatening Carthage directly. This bold maneuver forced Hannibal to abandon his campaign in Italy and return to defend his homeland. The stage was set for a final showdown between two of the greatest military minds in history. The Battle of Zama in 202 BC would decide the fate of both empires. Scipio, learning from Hannibal's tactics, devised a plan to counter the Carthaginian war elephants and outmaneuver his opponent. The Battle of Zama was a clash of titans, a battle that would determine the course of history. Section 7, Zama, the final showdown. At Zama, in the heart of North Africa, the two armies met. The fate of the Mediterranean world hung in the balance. Hannibal, the veteran of countless battles, faced Scipio, the rising star of Rome. The battle raged, a desperate struggle for supremacy. In the end, Scipio's tactical brilliance and the discipline of the Roman legions prevailed. Hannibal's forces were routed, his dreams of Carthage's triumph shattered. The Second Punic War was over. Rome had triumphed. The defeat at Zama marked the end of Carthage's dominance. The once mighty empire was stripped of its territories, its navy and its power. Rome emerged from the Punic Wars as the undisputed master of the Western Mediterranean. The world had changed. Section 8. The spoils of victory, Rome's rise, Carthage's fall. The victory over Carthage had a profound impact on Rome. It transformed Rome from a regional power into a dominant force in the Mediterranean. The spoils of war brought wealth, resources, and new territories under Roman control. But victory also had its costs. Years of war had taken a toll on Roman society. The influx of wealth and slaves from conquered territories led to social and economic changes that would have long-lasting consequences. The Roman Republic, tested by fire, had emerged victorious but forever changed. Carthage, on the other hand, was utterly crushed. Its empire was gone, its power broken. The once proud city was forced to accept humiliating peace terms. Carthage would never again challenge Rome's supremacy. Its story serves as a cautionary tale of the fleeting nature of power and the devastating consequences of defeat. Section 9. The Enduring Legacy. Echoes of the Punic Wars. The Punic Wars were a watershed moment in ancient history. They marked the rise of Rome and the eclipse of Carthage. These epic conflicts shaped Western civilization. Legends like Hannibal and Scipio emerged. They inspired generations of historians and artists. These stories remind us of courage, ambition, and human triumph and tragedy. The legacy of the Punic Wars is all around us.